Hi, my name is Gwen Peterson. I am a health coach with Take Shape for Life, and this is my Friday video for my clients and anyone else who might be interested in this subject matter. So one of the things that has started coming up for my clients this week is people suffering from constipation and gas. And I know this is a subject that most people don't like to even discuss, so I thought, you know what, let's make a video on it. And so on my phone right here, I have nutrition support on the line, and I thought instead of me posing as the expert on these different subjects, because I've assisted my clients through this, I wanted to have you all get to hear exactly what nutrition support says. And I have this cute gal on the line, so I'm going to pass it off to her so that you guys can hear what she says if you were to call in yourself.
Hi, this is Lindsay from Nutrition Support. So we are going to go over some information regarding constipation and gas. So the first thing we want to keep in mind is that bowel habits are very likely to change given the new level of calories being consumed with the 5-in-1 plan. So one thing to keep in mind is less in will equal less out. So normal bowel habits can occur even as little as 1 to 3 times per week. Even though that may be different than your typical routine, it can be normal on plan, and it's not really a concern unless you're experiencing pain. So if the constipation really is an issue, there are a few strategies that you can try to include to your plan, and we do want to try some of the natural ways first. So with your lean and green meal, you can choose more of the higher fiber vegetables. So that will include things like spinach, broccoli, collard greens, turnip greens, those type of items. Something else that's really important to consider is getting in enough water. Even if you're getting plenty of fiber, if you're not getting enough water, that can cause constipation. So we really need that water to flush out the waste. Then something else to consider if you are getting enough water and you may need a little bit more fiber is choosing some of the higher fiber metafast meals. So each metafast meal will have between 3 to 4 grams of fiber, but ones with a little bit more, including 5 grams of fiber, would be the oatmeal, the vanilla pudding, the vegetable chili, and the smoothies. So they may be some of the metafast meals that you would like to try. Then another thing to consider is incorporating some physical activity. Just getting on your feet and including some walking, as well as staying well hydrated can really help to get things moving. Another fiber source that you can include would be ground or whole flaxseed, and you can use a teaspoon as a condiment option. Then, of course, something that can be really great to help regulate the digestive system is a probiotic. And we offer a great one through Take Shape for Life called our Digestive Health Supplement. And that just basically helps to build up the good bacteria in your digestive tract, helps you break down food, and can just, again, regulate the system. And something else you can try is Smooth Move tea. And that's made by a traditional medicinal, and it's made from senna leaf. It's more of a natural type laxative. So as long as you're not adding condiments to that, you can use as much as you want. Then, of course, if you absolutely need an over-the-counter stool softener or laxative, that's fine. Just keep in mind that the bowels can become accustomed to those, so it's not recommended for long-term use. So, Gwen, did you have anything to add about
No.
constipation?
I think that's great. So kind of recapping, the first step might be to raise the fibrous vegetables and the lean and green. Then next step might be to go and do the probiotic or adding the flaxseed in. And then the next step would be to go get the Smooth Moves tea, which actually our Walmart here locally carries that. And like you said, it has the senna in it, which is a natural laxative. And then maybe the last resort would be using something like a Miralax that is not habit forming and doesn't absorb into your bloodstream, yet what it does is allows the stool to absorb the water that you're drinking so it can move through your digestive tract. So did I get that correctly, kind of the recap?
Yeah, absolutely. Again, those are some great recommendations, and you can feel free to try whichever works best for you. And just, again, keep in mind that it is very normal for bowel movement patterns to change.
Perfect. Okay. And then the next question that I have is, I've had some of my clients say that all of a sudden, out of nowhere, they start experiencing a high volume of gas. What would you say about that?
Sure. There are a few different things that can cause gas. The first one we like to reference is that the crunch bars do contain sugar alcohols, specifically maltitol. And in some individuals, if they have a sensitivity to that sweetener, it can cause a little bit more gas and bloating. So if you are using a few more of the crunch bars, it may be a good idea to cut back on those and see if it makes a difference. And if you really enjoy the bar meals, perhaps trying more of the chewy bars. They do not have the maltitol, so they're not likely to cause the same reaction. So that's one thing to consider. Then, of course, it may also be helpful if you are experiencing a lot of gas to keep a log of which meal replacements you're eating, just to see if it's more prevalent after certain meal replacements. It is a possibility that you may have an intolerance, and we can try to log and see which specific meals cause the reaction to know which specific items to remove from your plan.
That's smart.
Then, of course, the probiotic can help with that. Again, the probiotic does help to break down food in the digestive tract, and it's when food is left there fermenting is when it causes more gas. So that's something else to consider. Then also avoiding carbonated beverages such as diet sodas and seltzer waters. That can cause more gas. If you're feeling really full through any of the meals, especially the lean and green with the larger portion sizes, it may be helpful to split that in half so you're not overloading the stomach with any one meal. Some of the vegetables that tend to cause a little bit more gas would be like cabbage, cauliflower, turnips, cucumbers, radishes, and if you are eating a lot more raw veggies, sometimes that can cause a little bit more gas as well.
Oh, okay. I did not know any of that. That's great to know. Okay, well, anything else you can think of on the gas issue then?
The only other thing, sometimes like if you're making a lot of like the shakes like in a blender, or if like you're whipping them, sometimes that can cause you to swallow more air, which can cause more gas. So that might be something else to consider, like possibly mixing the shakes in the shaker jar instead of in a blender.
Oh, interesting. Okay. Well, I think you've given us a lot of food for thought, so I appreciate you taking the time for my clients to learn what this subject that we never really want to talk about.
Sorry, absolutely, Glenn. No problem.
Thank you.
Do you have any other questions?
That's it.
Okay, great.
Then you have a good day. Thanks so much.
You too. Thank you so much.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
So I hope this video helps you out because I know that this is a subject that most people don't want to talk about. And I personally, from week one, I struggled with going to the bathroom, all of these kind of things, and kind of went through the different regimes of figuring it out. For me, what has worked for me, but this does not work for everybody, is I personally, the probiotic, I do use that, but then on top of that, I just put the half a scoop of the Miralax in my morning shake just to make my stool be able to absorb water and move through my body easier. And for me, I find that if I don't do the Miralax every morning, I just struggle to go to the bathroom. But again, that's nutrition support's last option. That is the last option for me. And my personal experience with the Miralax is that my little 5-year-old ended up in the hospital with some bowel issues. And so the gastroenterologist said that we could use up to, and this is her, can you say hi? Say hi.
Hi.
So for her, he said that if we ever needed to, we could use at a 5-year-old level, 4 rounds of Miralax a day, because again, it's not habit forming and it doesn't absorb into the bloodstream. It just allows the stool to move through your body with more water absorbed into it. So hope this helps you. If you are struggling with any issues, you are welcome to message me or call me so I can help you dial into what we need to do to get your body regular and feeling good. Have a great weekend. Bye-bye.